The nation is on high alert as global terror attacks, as well as an international incident, fuel fears of a wider conflict in Syria. President Obama today trying to ease the minds of Americans, millions of you who are traveling for the holidays. Here's what he's saying.
So the bottom line is this. I want the American people to know, entering the holidays, that the combined resources of our military, our intelligence, and our Homeland Security agencies are on the case.
Joining us now, Ambassador James Jeffrey. He served as Deputy National Security Advisor under George W. Bush, but he's also the former U.S. Ambassador to Turkey and Iraq. You know, sir, you have a unique expertise on how Turkey and the Middle East are thinking right now. Let's tackle that part first and then get to national security. The situation involving Turkey and Russia is really worrisome to many of us. Should it be?
It should be, because these kind of incidents can always slip out of control. But frankly, I've thought a lot about this, and I put a lot of weight into what I'm about to say. I'm actually glad somebody did stand up finally to President Putin. He has been aggressively pushing on that border area, which is very sensitive because his ally Syria claims it, but also all along NATO's borders. He has been pushing his aircraft into NATO airspace again and again and again. We're almost positive, from what I've heard from the administration, that that aircraft that was shot down was in Turkish territory, and the Turks have a right to do that, as President Obama said yesterday.
Russia has said there were no warnings. Turkey said we gave them 10 warnings over 5 minutes. Who do you believe? And I'm guessing you're believing Turkey on this one, Ambassador.
This isn't even a close call. If Putin's name was Pinocchio, his nose would be a yard long. He was not bombing ISIS, that is, terrorist targets. He was bombing Turkmen who are fighting the Assad regime. There are no ISIS terrorists anywhere near where his aircraft were. Secondly, the U.S. military has confirmed it heard the 10 warnings that the Turks gave the Russians to stay out of their airspace. This was a follow-up to an incident that was very dangerous in October, where the Turks reacted but didn't shoot anything down.
Okay, so look, Turkey is a NATO ally. This puts us in a very, I would say, tenuous and perhaps uncomfortable position, because Russia, at least on appearances like us, looks like it's going after ISIS, not initially, but now since one of their tourist jets had been shot down over Egypt a couple of weeks ago. How carefully do we have to tread this very fine line?
Well, again, I'm very suspicious of Russia going after ISIS. ISIS is an excuse for Russia, now allied with Iran and Hezbollah, to expand its influence in the entire region. So it needs ISIS. It isn't out to destroy ISIS, although it would probably be happy if it went away. That's not Putin's primary goal. We have military deconfliction between U.S. aircraft and Russian aircraft in Syria, and as far as I know, it's working okay. But nonetheless, the Russian intrusion militarily into the Middle East is an extremely dangerous and game-changing move, strategically as well as tactically.
To the security question, and obviously you've been in on these high-level security meetings in the past when you were serving under George W. Bush. What's happening right now? Should we be worried? Look, here we've got the Macy's Day Parade. I'm looking down 6th Avenue. Scaffolding, all kinds of preparations are going on, getting ready for this. We could even show that if we swung a camera, because at this point, when you start to think about all of the masses of people throughout the United States, not just here in New York City on 6th Avenue and Central Park, there is great concern. Should there be?
First of all, in any situation, particularly overseas, and I could talk more about that, you should be concerned and take some prudent steps. Within the United States, we're Americans. We don't run from these people. We should go to parades. We should go to shopping centers. And we should have our police and our security ready to react if something happens.
And I bring up the Pope, sir. You know, the Pope was just here a month ago. He went all the way through Central Park. You want to talk about a target. And NYPD handled 80,000 people to keep Pope Francis safe. To me, I look at this and I think, okay, we can do this. Am I right? Am I wrong? Am I too brave? Am I too bold? Am I not being realistic?
Let me use, it's Thanksgiving season, let me use a sports analogy. The best football team in the world cannot guarantee that the other team won't score or at least get first downs. That's the problem we have. There's no better security anywhere in the world except Israel than in the United States. But one or another form of terrorist attack is possible, but extremely unlikely.
Glad you mentioned Israel. We have the former Israeli Prime Minister here in a Fox Business exclusive coming up, Ehud Barak. Ambassador Jeffrey, thank you, and we wish you a lovely Thanksgiving.
Thank you. Same to you and all your viewers.
Thank you. James Jeffrey.